Moving on now, even as Kenyans decry high fuel prices, the availability of fuel in our pumps is a whole logistical process. Now, the Kenya Pipeline Company has a depot in Nakuru where fuel tankers pick fuel products to distribute in different parts of the country. And in that space, they are embracing new technology to make operations more efficient. Noah Kipkemboy now joins us with the latest with this regard. Good afternoon, Noah.
Well, indeed, good afternoon. We are in Nakuru, and this is a depot. Essentially, trucks come here to collect fuel and distribute it to different parts of the country and also the region. As you can see here, we already have some filled up trucks that have come into this particular depot, and this is what we call facilitation of the economy. Talk about making sure that the much needed product reaches those who need it, and fuel is very critical. Now, in a depot like this one, it becomes very critical because, first of all, safety, because they're handling very flammable products. These are hydrocarbons, as they call them. But the question is, how are they able to make sure that this is done in a proper way? Now, technology is being included in this whole process when it comes to loading fuel. It's a whole affair, trust you me. So traditionally, when trucks come, they are filled, and this is the loading space where trucks, are placed with the particular elements. Talk about diesel, talk about, petrol. And traditionally, this is what has been done. It's called top loading. So essentially, there are those valves that are placed inside the carriers, all right? So they load the fuel from the top. That's why it's called top loading. And this one has been done for many, many years. Remember that this particular station was established in the year 1994. And since 1994, they've had these facilities, the top loading facilities. Now, it has worked well, but it also has some challenges. For example, you can imagine those individuals on top of those trucks, the fumes, when they are pouring the particular products inside the containers. It becomes quite a challenge. So new technology has kicked in, and they call it bottom loading. And I'm going to show you shortly how it looks like. But essentially, it is a way of not loading from the top, but loading from the bottom. So you ask yourself, are these tankers, first of all, equipped to handle all this? Normal tankers, they have, the top compartments where you can top load like this one. And also, they have a lower compartment where if you have the provision for bottom loading, you can simply infuse there your valve and you're able to bottom load. Now, I'm trying to see whether this one has the specific elements of bottom loading. I can't find, but as you can see there on top, that gentleman is opening the valves just to make sure that they are loading from the top. Now, let's go to bottom loading because it's very, very critical. Yeah, this one is very important because here in Nakuru, it's just been introduced. It's a few months old, okay? And this bottom loading facility, actually, it's quite a heavy investment. For Nakuru, they put in close to 50 million shillings in this one facility. But talking to the managers here, they're saying that already it has broken even within 4 months. They invested 50 million. It has helped them make close to 260 million shillings. So here's what we call bottom loading. And essentially, as the word explains, it is a facility that a valve can be infused from the bottom. All right. And this one also has a lot of benefits to it. First of all, the flow rates are a little bit higher, so you're able to, pump more products into the tankers. That is one. Secondly, the issue of fumes is not there, so it becomes very eco-friendly, and you understand now with the ESGs, environmental, social and governance, this becomes a critical tool when it comes to operationalizing spaces, loading depots like Nakuru. Remember Eldoret, they already have the bottom loading facility. We've also seen in Kisumu, they do have. In Nairobi, they are making, actually right now is still under construction, the bottom loading facility. For Nakuru, this was recently launched, and as I told you earlier on, quite a huge investment, 50 million shillings, but already they say it has broken even, and they foresee that this is where the loading technology is going, bottom loading facility. So when you ask yourself, how does fuel come from the high seas all the way to your car? Well, these are the critical pillars when it comes to making sure that we are, making sure that we are facilitating fuel to get to you. And these are some of the technologies that Kenya Pipeline, even as they celebrate 50 years, they are adopting these changes in the market to make sure that their operations are quite efficient, since they are majorly a logistic company transporting fuel from one point to the other. But that's the latest from the world of bottom loading vis-a-vis top loading. Changes in the loading of fuel in Kenya. Back to you.